Hit it. Hit it.
Morning!
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
So you just narrowly escaped total mayhem from the tornadoes yesterday.
Yeah, because one hit in Salado, which is a little bit south of us. Beautiful area. And Round Rock, it like went. My husband was telling me it went across the highway in Salado because we live right off of I-35. I mean, right there. We're right there. And so I-35 is just like that. Apparently, that was like on the news and stuff. Like that was a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm an idiot. I was telling one of our new friends here, my daughter's friends with a girl here, and I just met her mother, and we were texting back and forth because I guess she was telling her friends, we're driving to swim practice. I was driving my daughter to swim practice last night because I'm the idiot new Texas mom, right? I'm just like, driving to swim practice and thinking it's going to be fine, right? And then as I'm 3/4 of the way to swim practice, we have like a half-hour drive, they cancel it, right? Which is, reasonable because there are tornadoes everywhere. And so we turn around and we start going back home, and all of our friends are texting going, listen, if you want to stop at our house, do you want to stay here? You guys can come here. Don't be driving. Like, get off the roads. Like, get everybody
and
off the roads.
I was texting you saying, What are you doing? I'm literally watching your area on the news.
Right.
Can you not be in a car right now?
Like
what are you doing?
I'm 10 minutes out, and Mock's like, what are you doing in a car? Get out of the car. Get into your storm shelter. She's screaming at me via text message, and I'm just like, we're on our way. We're totally on our way. And then I send her a picture of a rainbow. I'm like taking pictures I'm like, but look at the pretty sky. Yeah, so we got home. It's fine. I'm like, listen, I live in a big metal building with a steel shelter. We're fine. And we were fine. We're totally fine. It would have been worse if we were just in the cabin. So I was very thankful very thankful that we were in the house last night.
For real.
So,
oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We have a lot to get to really quickly. We want to mention again that we are having some fine food from Nutrisystem. What did you have yesterday? I think we had the same thing.
I had the omelet there. I mean, I was not expecting it to be so good because you're thinking an omelet, I mean, like how good could an omelet be? Man, I can't make an omelet that good. It was really good. It's really good.
Look, I'm eating like right now. I've been munching on because sometimes I like cereal without milk. I just like it as a snack. And this is the Nutrisystem granola cereal. It's sweet, crunchy clusters of oats and rice, and it is the yummiest snack ever. I just eat them like this, like without milk, and I love them. They're so good. And this is the thing: even if you're not using it to like lose a bunch of weight,
right?
Because we are not doing that. But it is so nice to have Nutrisystem on hand so that if you've been a little bad lately, you can kind of portion control using their meals, which is really, really handy.
It keeps you on track. Yeah, it keeps you totally on track. Yeah, I like it because I'll do it during the week, and on the weekends I'll blow it out. Like, and I don't even do it perfectly during the week. I just sort of go, okay, I'm going to be really good. And I kind of know that it keeps me portion controlled, and then on the weekends, I'm like, party! Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, now is a great time if you want to join in on the Nutrisystem action. Go to Nutrisystem.com/chicks. It's 50% off all of their plans, and you can see all of those details right there on their website at Nutrisystem.com/chicks. Okay, you guys, let's discuss meet and greet really quickly. At 10 o'clock this morning, tickets are going to go on sale exclusively for our supporters and insiders, and there will be a link posted on each of those platforms to invite the insiders and supporters to have first dibs on purchasing tickets. We don't know what to think about how this will sell, right? Like, part of me is terrified that it's going to oversell and that people are going to be super disappointed. There's another part of me that's like, there's no way there's going to be like 10 people that want to come. I don't know what to make of this.
I'm the one I'm like, there's 10 people that are going to come. That's me.
Well, I keep seeing so many people talking about it in the various groups, and so many people are like already making plans. And I'm really, really worried that there is going to be like just a massive amount of disappointment from people that want to go, that don't get the tickets. And I'm already heartbroken in advance for anybody that may feel any semblance of disappointment. You just need to know that, you guys. Okay. because I just can't deal. I have a lot of anxiety about it. And
She's oh my God. Like I might take a Xanax already. She's freaking out, you guys. For the past 2 days, it's been all I can hear. All I can hear. She's losing her mind.
I'm so worried.
Losing it. Yeah.
So tons of details will be posted about like how to purchase the tickets and all of that. Please, please, please read the entire post carefully because there's going to be a lot of information about that. I know the biggest question is what's the price? It'll be right there on the ticket. Okay. So you can wait just a few more hours. And I will warn you right now that it may be cost prohibitive for some people. And I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe you've planned a wedding recently or whatever. It costs a freaking ton of money to put on a big party for 375 people. So just know that going in. And I'm all worried that like the ticket site is going to crash. And Daisy's like, I think you're overestimating our popularity. And I'm like, I hope I am.
Totally. I mean, there are literally like maybe 100 people that know who we are. Yeah. So it's fine.
That's not true because of the math. Fine. Like there's 2,500 people who support and or are insiders.
I can't listen. It's like we're gonna have to like pull our parents in. Seriously, they're gonna have to. It's kind of like it's like when we first started our site. I was like, listen, our parents will read it, and they don't. And my parents don't even like me. Okay, like they don't. It's true. At least your parents like you. It's true.
Oh my gosh.
My mom's watching this. My mom's like, I like you. I know, Ma, I love you too. It's fine. I love you too, Ma.
Well, I feel like I just need to put it out there in the world that if you try to get tickets and are unable to because of the remote possibility that they sell out quickly, please know how heartbroken we are about that we want all of you to be there for real, truly. And that's why if that happens, we are already thinking about the next one, right? We're already thinking about how we're going to do another one somewhere on the west side of the country because we really want to meet everybody. So just know that. Okay. Can you just know that? All right. So anyway, are we remembering to say everything about that? Should we move on?
We're going to move on. And then I'm going to put you in a codependence like therapy group is what I'm going to do. That's my next project.
Can I just tell you what sweet insider Brian said though that made me that just made my heart explode?
What did Brian say?
I'm just going to read it verbatim because I opened it because I was like, I have to read this out loud because it's so sweet. So he knows that I'm stressed. And this is Brian Dennis Brown. And Brian Dennis Brown wrote,
I love that Brian Dennis Brown has like 2 names. I love that Brian Dennis Brown. I love that. So it's like Amy Jo Clark.
It is kind of like
Dennis
that.
Brown. You get it. That's awesome. All right. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Here's what he said. Like their technical prowess that helps their podcasts run flawlessly. Their underestimation of the interest in this sort of event is a large part of their charm. This first event will have hiccups that we will laugh about and then wait for the much larger venue for the next event. Plenty of love around to smooth over hurt feelings.
That's sweet. That is really sweet.
Even.
You know what's great is that Brian Dennis will be the only one that shows up. It's so great. For real.
I just don't think you have faith in our people.
Me, you, and Brian Dennis. It'll be me, you, and the guy with 2 names. I love it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to party, Brian Dennis. You, me, and Mock. It'd be great.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much, Sandy. And Michelle, Missy, Jean.
Michelle, Missy. You and Brian Dennis and me and Mock. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, 10 o'clock is the time that'll all be happening. And I'm going to set up you guys. So 9 o'clock Central.
Some of us live in Texas. I'm just saying. It's early. Right. It's early AF here. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to set it up so that like the post literally goes up at exactly 10 a.m. Eastern on both our local supporter site and our Facebook insider site. So just be looking for that. And then that'll give you all the instructions about how to buy the tickets. Okay. Couple videos to share. First and foremost, if you guys did not see Kamala's latest word salad extravaganza-thon, do I have a treat for you? So there's going to be a specific phrase that you're going to hear in 30 seconds, mind you, 4 times. 4 times the same meaningless phrase in 30 seconds. You ready?
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go.
We're ready for the show.
Governor and I, and we were all doing a tour of the library here and talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
What is she doing? Why are they still letting her talk? Why?
I don't know.
Why? Why have they not made her stop? Why? It's
Well, why won't they just put her in Toastmasters at this point? Really? Like, seriously, why?
Why?
It has to be done.
She has to stop, you guys. It has to stop. Oh God, she's just a character herself at this point. Like every time she gets up, I go, oh God, what's she gonna say? Like I just get I talk about anxiety. Like you are anxious about the weirdest shit. And I'm
anxious about you and tornadoes and hurting people's feelings. That's what I'm anxious about.
And I'm anxious about the fact that our vice president has no idea what she's doing. And she just says the weirdest stuff. It's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
it's true.
There's a significant passage of time, you guys. There's some significance to that.
What is that?
I don't.
Make
Oh,
it
and then the 10th staffer just quit. The 10th. No lie.
I can't. Does she have anybody left? Who's left?
I don't even know.
Oh my God. Wow. I mean, it's getting really sparse in there.
It's getting pretty sparse. Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyway, that was the clip that I wanted to show you from Kamala. Also, wanted to make sure that we also mention, I know we talked about Nutrisystem earlier, but also if you are not on a weight loss journey and you want to eat all the meat, you also have an option. Because omahasteaks.com, and by the word, you would use keyword in the search bar, chicks, to get 50% off of their steak sampler package. They also have a game day package, which includes, you guys, wings, shrimp, and sweet potato fries.
Oh my God. Sweet potato fries are my absolute favorite, you guys. That just sounds delightful. Yeah. See, this is the thing. You have Nutrisystem during the week. You have Omaha Steaks on the weekend. That's all I'm saying. Right. Just putting it out there. Just an idea. It's just an idea.
I love that idea.
Mm-hmm. I have them occasionally. I mean, every once in a while. But that sounds delightful. The steak, the sweet potato fries with the steak, a little bit of apple tartlets thrown in.
They're
just
in there
saying.
too.
Game day.
Game day package. So both of those packages, you can get 50% off. Either the Omaha Steak Sampler, which has a whole bunch of yummy goodness in it, or the game day package. Either one. If you go to omahasteaks.com, put in the search field chicks, it'll bring you to a page that includes both of those packages. 50% off. You get 12 free steak burgers thrown in on top of that. You guys, why would you not order all the meat? I mean, you should just get all of the meat. Okay. Also wanted to mention Carrie D. Thank you very much. She says, great. Now the song Time Passages is going to be stuck in my head.
Does anybody like that song? Really?
No. By the way, today is No Shower Tuesday for me because I was up all night being anxious about y'all.
About Texas and about all the weather is coming your way. So I know
we're gonna have rain all week long.
Yeah, I'm worried about you guys because I don't know about the tornadoes and stuff, but
I haven't heard that.
it's blowing your way. I mean, I saw that on the radar this morning. So
I
everybody
thought
in
we
the
were just
Midwest.
getting rain.
Okay, well then hopefully it's just rain. I
hope
mean,
it's
rain
just rain.
sucks. Totally sucks. But you guys it's going in your direction. So sorry.
Thanks a lot, Texas.
Sorry.
Okay, so couple things. Well, first of all, I just wanted to tell everybody, in case you missed Tucker last night, go back and watch his monologue about Zelensky, because it was something. So everyone right now is in like huge fangirl mode over Zelensky.
Yeah.
But Zelensky's got issues. And we've said this from the beginning that we're not denying that there's corruption and some bad shit going down in Ukraine. It doesn't excuse the fact that Putin is killing thousands and thousands of innocent people. But it also doesn't, it doesn't mean that we're like, go Zelensky, oh my God. I mean, we're not, that's not us, okay?
No,
so,
and I wonder about the people who are doing that.
All the people who are, it's so many people, like it's so many Republicans in Congress that are doing it,
right.
and like
oh my
everyone
God.
is in fangirl mode, and it's weird.
Yeah, and everybody, and all the people who are wearing their flag, like I'm just kind of like, what? Okay, like instead of ours. Like, listen, it's one thing to support Ukraine, but it's another thing when I see the Ukraine flag instead of the American flag, I'm like, what? Huh? Where's that?
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. Yeah.
I mean, and it's frightening actually what Zelensky, there's some things that he's doing right now that are very dictatorial. And so, they're not like this beacon of democracy. Obviously, we would love for there to be democracy everywhere, but like we can't look to him as an example of it because he's doing things that are decidedly undemocratic. And so that needs to be sort of kept in mind as everybody analyzes what's happening there.
I mean, the bottom line is we shouldn't be looking at anybody for it to be the beacon of anything. We're freaking America.
Yes.
Like, when did we lose sight of that ever? Regardless of anything that goes on, we're America. We're the standard bearer, right? We should be. That's the way that it should be. Like, when did that stop? I mean, I guess that's what I get really, I don't know if I should say irritated, but I get a little, as you would say, bajiggity about that. Like we should be the ones who are setting the standard for all of that, for everybody. And I feel like that is slipping, and that pisses me off. So, yeah.
Well, it should. I mean, it should. And we should be really, really concerned about the behavior, some of the behaviors that Zelensky is taking part in. I mean, the fact that he's shutting down completely any opposition to himself is really, it's super dictatorial, right? And so if we've got people in our own Congress saluting and applauding that's not okay. Like, we shouldn't ever be like applauding the dictatorial behaviors of anybody, of any leader. So
okay, well, I didn't see the Tucker thing, but I will tell you too that when somebody is propped up like that, this happens so much, Mock. This happens all the time. They're gonna start believing their own press. We've seen this time and time again. Whenever anybody is put on a pedestal like that, they're gonna start going, oh well, I'm awesome. So nobody.
It's kind of like how I think our meet and greet is gonna sell out.
Right. And then Mock is she's going to start wearing a crown, and then it's going to get out of control, you guys. Out of freaking control. Where is it? Where is her scepter? It's going to be out of control. and so this is the thing. Anybody who starts believing their own press, they're going to start thinking that they're all that. And then and this is we're seeing it happen with Zelensky, right? Because people in America have made this guy out to be a freaking deity, and he's not. He's not. And we've watched it. We've watched it happen. It's so weird. It's freaking. Why do we do this? Why do we do it? I just don't understand.
Know.
He's just a guy. He's just a human being, And I don't understand why we do this, and then now look at what's happening. So now he's in this situation where he's been puffed up and built up, and he's like, no one can go against me. Blah.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous. It's such dangerous behavior. And then it results in bad things.
It results in very bad things. I mean,
Yeah.
and that Tucker made a great point where he was saying, listen, it's completely fine to support Ukrainians people
Right.
and want
Totally.
for the Russian invasion of their country to stop. Like, obviously we
Yeah.
all want that, but it's
Without
also
question.
at the same time, we can also not like the steps that Zelensky is taking to just hang on to more and more and more power at the expense of any opposition. Like, you should have opposition. That's okay. And the
Right.
moment that America follows suit and we have Joe Biden declaring, hey, we're going to have martial law now, and I'm getting rid of the Republican Party because they're traitors to me, that's when things get really shady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So,
Without question. And when I see
God.
when I see Republicans and, because I see it all the time with like the Ukraine flag as their Facebook picture, I'm like, I don't know if you should. I don't like that. I don't. You need to check yourself. You probably should check yourself. Maybe not do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of Russia, there are stories now, and Biden, I'm going to play a very short clip of him warning us what's next in terms of what Russia may do to the United States. Here is that clip.
But look, today my administration is issuing new warnings that based on evolving intelligence, Russia may be planning a cyber attack against us. And as I said, the magnitude of Russia's cyber capacity is fairly consequential, and it's coming. The federal government is doing its part to get ready, but under U.S. law, as you all remember, the private sector, all of you, largely decides the protections that you will or will not take.
So he's essentially warning private companies, you better buck up your systems, man, because Russia cyber attacks are coming. And that is terrifying.
It is pretty terrifying. Yeah. We've been talking about stuff like this for years, haven't we? Mm-hmm. It's more really you. This is another thing that you're completely terrified of. It's like you're terrified.
I have a lot of fear, you guys.
She's been talking about like cyber attacks and grid and all that kind of stuff for God. I mean, ever since we've done radio. I mean, you've been talking about how this is like one of your biggest fears because, because it's inevitable that one of these maniacs will do this. And now it's Putin who's basically in the driver's seat when it comes to, putting forth one of these attacks. And I don't put it past him. I don't. I mean,
they're absolutely not.
These are real threats. These are absolute real threats against private companies. Now, I mean, I'll put this out there. I think that some of these private companies are probably better equipped to handle, and they're probably to handle some of these attacks and to have better security than say like our federal government. Don't you?
I do, but I don't know. It's so hard to predict what kind of businesses or entities Russia could target. Is it, they've already banned basically any Meta property from Russia. Like there's no Facebook, there's no Instagram there anymore. So are they going to attack a Facebook and try to take out a global communications method? Or are they going to go for banks and try to take all of our money? Are they going to go for like infrastructure types of thing? I don't know. I mean, that's what makes it so scary. And so I don't even know how to begin to tell people to get ready for something like that. You know what I mean? But like, just be aware. So,
put all your money in coffee cans in the backyard. Is that what?
For real, like, right? I'm thinking about taking out some cash and just putting it in the safe.
Yeah. What do you do? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's craziness. It's crazy that we're like, that it's so real now, that we're talking about this. Cause we used to talk about it in such hypothetical terms. And we'd be like, oh, this is, this could happen one day. And it's terrifying. And now it's actually something that is a tangible threat that we're talking about. And it's so freaking real. So it's just so disturbing that on every level that we're talking about this. And it's so disturbing because it doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
It does. And the reason it's this way is because of that old, pathetic, weak man that we have in office. That's why this is happening. I mean, there is no other reason. It would not be happening if not for Joe Biden. I stand by that.
Well, it's that and a significant passage of time. So
4 times.
Significance of the
four
passage
times
of time.
the significant passage of time. Four times in 30 seconds. Yeah.
Speaking of disturbing, when any world leader or world influencer, for lack of a better term, uses the phrase "new world order," my
Oh my
skin
God.
crawls. I don't know
Yep.
about y'all, but I get all the creepy crawlies all over my skin. And now Biden is doing it. Here's a clip from that same thing yesterday.
We are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. And we've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. So anyway.
Interesting, right? Yeah. And does he think he's going to be the one to unite the rest of the world? Does he think he's going to be the one to lead that? He thinks he's strong enough of a force to do that. Like, he's not a pathetic old weak man riddled with dementia. He thinks he's going to do that. Really, Joe? Okay. Good Lord.
I mean, I think he thinks that, actually.
No, he's loopy. The man is loopy. And he has totally put us on the downward spiral of suck. Like, we are just like struggling right now. We are on the struggle bus because of him. So if he thinks he is that person to lead us into some new world order, good Lord. I mean, he is more riddled with dementia than I thought he was.
For real.
Insanity.
Like, there's no question about it.
Insane. Yeah.
Also, something that happened yesterday was that the Babylon Bee was banned from Twitter until and unless they got rid of their tweet, which was obviously satirical because that's the business that they're in. And the tweet basically put a picture of Rachel Levine up and said, Babylon Bee's Man of the Year. Okay, so that was it. That was all it said. And they were threatened. They were shut down essentially and said, you're going to be reinstated if you just take this down. And so Babylon Bee and Seth Dillon said, nope, we're not going to take it down. And Seth was on with Tucker last night. And so I have the last piece of their conversation about this.
They're pretty fragile, no? If you can't joke about some dude pretending to be a female admiral, then, like, what can you joke about?
I mean, yeah, it's just not. It's one of these things where it's like I said, you know, the 2 + 2 = 5 thing. It's most people see this for what it is, and it's one of these things where I think the majority of Americans are really on our side in this issue. It's not like we're some fringe group that has some outrageous idea that nobody accepts. You know, this is the case where somebody is telling us, look, you know, the word was even used female. Like, female is a reference to your biological sex. That's not true. Right. So we don't believe that facts are hate speech, that speaking truth is hate speech. So we're willing to stand. At some point, people have to stick by this, Tucker. People have to be willing to say, listen, if they want us to deny the truth in order to stay on this platform, then we speak the truth. Make them kick you off, you know, like make them boot you.
Bless you. No, it's their ideas that are fringe and dangerous and crazy, and the historians will be shocked by, not yours at all. Seth Dillon, I appreciate.
So
these people are insane. Yeah, I'm glad he's standing his ground too. These people are insane. It's interesting because I was thinking about, you know, writing about that yesterday, and then I thought to myself, I wonder if I write about this, will we get kicked off? Will we get kicked off of Facebook? Will we get kicked off of Twitter? What will happen to us if we write about it? And normally we don't give a crap if you know, we usually take on the weird subjects, right? The tough subjects. We're pretty much out there. We're fine with taking risks and stuff like that. But I actually hesitated yesterday, and I was kind of mad at myself for hesitating, but I did. And I thought, well, I'll just write about something else. And I'm still mad at myself for doing that. But that's where we're at now, right? Is that we can't even talk about things that are truthful. Like, that's what is going on. We're talking about a person who is a biological male who is acting like a female, and I can't I can't write about that on our site like that, or I feel like I can't write about that on our site because there are people out there who are freaking insane who will come at us and try to take down our business. Like, what? This is America. What's going on? And it's like I talk about all the time. I'll put this on my personal Facebook page, like about the transgender swimmer stuff, because I have a daughter who is a state level swimmer in Texas. I'm outraged by what's going on with Leah Thomas and everything. Leah Thomas is probably a very nice person. I don't know this individual. I don't know this person personally, right? I don't care. If I met this person, fine. We may get along, we may not. I don't care. Doesn't mean that I can't disagree with what this individual is doing. You know, the struggle is real, whether they're transgender. I'm sure that this individual has issues, and I sympathize with those issues. However, what that person did to me was wrong, and it was void of integrity, what that person did. And that individual has zero respect for women's sports. Okay. So I disagree with that, and I can have outrage on my platforms for what that individual did. And I do. I mean, I totally disagree with what Leah Thomas did. So I will state that on my Facebook page, and I'll say this is complete bullcrap. You know, I don't agree with it. And so, but I worry about that. You know, I worry about, am I going to get shut down because I disagree with this person? That is a biological male. It's like, I'm just stating facts. But in this day and age, you can't do that. And we can't offend 0.7% of the population. It's like, okay, well, what about all the girls? What about their feelings? What about the biological females? It's like, what about their mental health? What about, these are all the questions that I have. And it's like, you can't ask those questions anymore because of this tiny little portion of the population that everybody's afraid to offend. It's bullshit.
And that we're all bending to for reasons I cannot understand. Is it that girl that was mentioned in the video that we played earlier in the week that lost out on that 16th spot because of Leah Thomas, who is now saying everyone needs to stop competing until this ends, which is exactly what I was asking you about when we played it. I was like, is this the answer? Do we just need to have everyone say, nope, I'm out until you change this ridiculous rule?
Right. There was another one who somebody was telling me about, and I don't know her name, but there was another athlete who said she said nothing because she knew that if she said, she was a swimmer, she's like a 5th year senior or something, who she said, I said nothing because I knew that if I said something, my entire professional career, because I was on my way out, and I said, well, screw it, because I knew that if I said something, my entire professional career would be ruined because they would basically dox me and ruin me. They'd ruin me. And she's right. She's right, because this is what these rabid activists do, is they come and they ruin you and they ruin your life. I mean, she's not wrong. So she knew that she had to keep her mouth shut. And what kind of an America is that? And you know what? Furthermore, what are the parents doing? And that's what I say a lot on my page too. I'm like, adults nowadays are the biggest wusses. They are not protecting their kids. They are weak and pathetic, because they allow their kids to go through this nonsense. I refuse to sit back and let my kid go through this bullshit. I'm not going to do it. I won't. I will fight for her. And if they want to cancel me, they can cancel me. But I will not allow my daughter to like have to sit back and compete against a man simply because I'm afraid of being called names. I mean, what is that? And parents are allowing this to happen. It's ridiculous. Pathetic.
It is completely ridiculous. Has anybody heard if Clarence Thomas is out of the hospital? I meant to mention him yesterday because he went into the hospital with flu-like symptoms.
So they don't know what it is.
It was on the mend, but I just wanted to make sure. I haven't heard if he's out or if he's still in the hospital. Anyway, just like sending all the good prayer vibes and all the good mojo to him.
But they don't know what it is. They just know it's flu-like symptoms.
They didn't say. They said flu-like symptoms, but I hadn't heard a diagnosis. If there has been one, maybe they may have announced it. I just hadn't heard it. But okay, Karen is saying that he's still in. Man, I hope he's all right. I really love that guy.
I do too.
Really love that guy.
Me too.
Okay, it is time for some MyPillow talks, and don't forget towels, sets of towels, which are the greatest product that MyPillow makes, and that's saying something because all their products are amazing. But the MyPillow towel sets, which are normally almost, I think they're like $110 for a set of 6 towels, now under $40 if you use code chicks at mypillow.com/chicks. I am a fan of prank videos. Some. I'm not a fan of really some. They've got to be like silly and funny and not at all hurtful. Like I don't like people getting super hurt, obviously, but the ones that are just all in good fun, I really like. And the guy in this video, the screaming of this guy, I can't. You guys, you have to watch this.
Finish him.
You have to hear it again.
Finish him.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that was the first one, right? So now there's this this trend on TikTok where it's called "Do Something Weird to See If He Matches Your Energy." So it's all these women just like all of a sudden acting completely crazy to see if their significant others will copy their energy. Okay, so that's
All right.
that's what you need to know in advance of this.
Okay.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What is that?
What are you talking about? Come on.
Oh my God. I just love that. I love it.
Oh my God. I gotta do that with my husband. I have got to do that.
I'm dying to know if he will match your energy.
I don't know if he'll match it that hard, but oh my God, that's hysterical.
This is the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay, I have also a husky. It's been a while. Let's do a husky.
Oh, yay.
It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. I love that it's just a microphone. He's like, oh yeah, there's a microphone. I'm going to sing in it. Awesome.
Also, Disney up in arms right now. A bunch of Disney people are mad at Ron DeSantis about the "Don't Say Gay" bill, which is completely idiotic because the bill doesn't say "Don't say gay." And
maybe Disney should be mad at itself for having a bunch of pedophiles work there instead. I don't know.
Priorities.
Because there's
priorities.
a bunch of whole hullabaloo happening at Disney. Maybe Disney should STFU. I don't know. Just a thought, Disney.
But I thought this was a marvelous video that the person does breaking down how ridiculous the outrage is. So first you're going to see the girl bitching because she's one of the people that thinks it does say "Don't say gay." And then you're going to see the person being like, that's not what it says, you complete idiot. Here we go.
Yeah.
Does it say that in the bill?
Yeah, it quite literally says it on the first page.
No, it quite literally does not say that on the first page, but you had it right there for us to see. So we could all see that it quite literally did not say that. I'm not a teacher, but if a little kid came up to me and was like, what does gay mean? I'd be like, wow, you're really curious about what gay means. You should ask your mom about that. And then I would just move on with my life because I'm not a psychopath. I'm not going to sit and have a sex ed conversation with some little kid that isn't even mine. And I know you're probably like, well, what do you know about child development and human sexuality? You guys, I only have a bachelor's in psychology with an emphasis in evolutionary psychology and a master's in clinical mental health counseling. So it's like, I don't know that much. But if I'm speaking as a therapist, if a child in that age range brought up sexuality to me, I'd probably be doing a very thorough risk assessment because that's not typical. It's atypical. It can be a sign of abuse. Y'all are so creepy.
Does it say?
I love that.
Yeah, I love her too. I totally love her. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? She just
It is
perfect.
creepy. It is completely creepy. God, I'm so sick
Which
of
goes
these
back
people.
to your whole pedophile thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
How about
What
that,
is
Disney?
it? Yeah, Disney. WTF. And I don't know if you guys know. I try to refrain, but I don't know if you guys know, but I have a level of disdain for Disney that is unmatched.
It's
I mean, y'all enjoy it.
Always been that way. You've always
y'all
been that way.
enjoy Mickey, but I think he's freaking weird. Just enjoy it though. If you like it, don't email me. It's fine.
Don't at her. That's what you meant to say. Don't at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't at me. It's fine though. Go ahead and spend tens of thousands of dollars at that place. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Listen, people have very strong thoughts about Disney. People either love it or they just
totally
don't.
fine. I'd rather take my kid to Vegas. It's safer. It's more family oriented.
That's who we are as parents. Okay.
Totally.
Vegas for everybody.
She's better off. There are less weirdos there.
And actually, that's actually true. You guys, so 10 o'clock today, once again, that is when our insiders group on Facebook and our supporters group on Locals will be seeing the link to buy tickets to the event in September. And we'll just see. We'll see if I had reason to be high anxiety about it or if 7 people are going to come. We'll know, I think, by the end of today where we are and whether we'll be able to extend the invitation to the general public to buy tickets. We'll know today. So we'll see. Anyway, 10 o'clock today.
8 people.
You think it's going to be
8? Maybe 9. 9 people. 9. Yeah, you guys, 9 people. Okay. Those 9 people cannot wait to hug you. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in, everybody. Bring it in. You guys have the best Tuesday. I cannot wait to see what the turnout's going to be. You guys have 24 hours, remember, 24 hours of an early bird thing. So get on that, you 9 people or 8 people, whoever you are. And we will talk to you tomorrow.